Hello, in this video I want to talk about duty of care and your rights. There is a duty of care by law, a social contract and responsibility towards others. You could call it having a conscience or being consciously aware. What I want you to understand is what a duty of care is. What it is to emotionally divorce from the abuser. Understanding the process is really helpful, but understanding where you are on your journey and what to expect is crucial. Hello, I'm Elizabeth Goddard from the Divorce Sanctuary, author of Finding Lily and the A to Z of Emotional Abuse. On this channel, I talk about healing from emotional abuse and divorcing both physically and emotionally from the abuser. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're returning, welcome back and thank you. And thank you so much to all my new subscribers over the last few weeks and months. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you for your support. The dictionary definition of a duty of care is a moral or legal obligation to ensure the safety or well-being of others. And I want to cover in this video the duty of care that the legal team, whether they're directly representing you or they are representing your ex-partner, and their legal obligations. Even though you might not be represented, the opposing legal team have a duty of care towards you. And I've taken off the Solicitors Regulation Authority website a code of conduct, and under section 1, maintaining trust and acting fairly, they agree to the following. You do not unfairly discriminate by allowing your personal views to affect your professional relationship in the way in which you provide your service. You do not abuse your position by taking unfair advantage of clients or others. You perform all undertakings given to you and do so within an agreed timescale, or if no timescale has been agreed, then within a reasonable amount of time. You do not mislead or attempt to mislead your clients, the court or others, either by your own acts or omissions, or allowing or being complicit in the acts or omissions of others, including your client. It doesn't matter where you are in the process. Keep reminding yourself that the other party and their representation have a duty of care towards you. Their legal team cannot take advantage of you. And this doesn't mean that they won't try. On more than one occasion, I had to email the solicitor that was representing my ex-husband and advise him that although he did not represent me, he did have a duty of care. One question you can ask is who they're registered with, and they should be registered with a regulatory authority, and take time to read their code of conduct. Remember, this is a game, and the solicitor or their legal team can become enablers in this game. The abuser will want to win at all costs, and they will tell lies, twist everything, and when you first read or open an email or a letter, this might put you into a spiral of wanting to take retaliation or wanting to reply stating the truth. But I want you to stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and move away from the letter, your computer, your laptop, your phone, and remind yourself of what is really happening. What really happened during the relationship. Then ask yourself if what is being presented to you is the truth. Do not respond, because this is what they want. They want you to respond from a place of fear and anger. They want to know that they can still control you and your emotions. And then once you've taken that and you've looked at what really happened, take out a piece of paper and a pen or a journal or even your laptop and start writing. And it's better that you do it on paper for two reasons. The first is you can't actually press send. And the second one is that there's a healing that takes place. When you connect a pen and a piece of paper together, I believe that the brain is able to download those emotions that you're holding on to. Take everything in the email and turn it around and start asking questions. Is that what was really said or actually happened? And then ask Is it actually what they did to you? Remember, they want to win at any cost. They will lie and they will manipulate the truth. You have no value to them. They will not only manipulate you, they will also manipulate the process. And their legal team will become their enablers. I want you to remember back to that time that they started playing the victim to you. They have the same pattern. And if you look closely, you might see it. And this actually could help you stay grounded and calm from those overriding thoughts, the rumination. Don't be afraid to keep reminding their legal team that they have a duty of care towards you. Remember how you believe their victim stories? You listen to the stories they told you. And if their ex had made contact with you, you had already made up your mind about them and made a judgment about them. The same thing is happening. They're doing the same thing now, but instead of their new supply, they're doing it to the legal team. Find a way of working through these emotions, and the ideal place for you to be divorcing them from is being emotionally divorced. And this works really well as long as apathy doesn't move in and you keep the focus on what you want. I mean, you might just want this over and done with. You might agree to things just because it's what they want. But you must have a duty of care towards yourself. You need to keep focused because they might be slow at producing the paperwork or filing the information. They may even fail to get a solicitor initially, or they might not respond to any communication. They will try to obstruct everything. They need to be in control of the process. Do your research. If you're appointing a legal team yourself, can you meet with them? Find out what their strategies are and what they would do if they found out that the other party was failing to communicate or respond. You could ask them what their experience is with people that are on the narcissistic spectrum. You could even ask them if they've heard of the term. Will they protect you? Do they employ a forensic accountant or have access to one? Just as their legal team have a duty of care towards you, you have one towards yourself. I think the word duty is a stronger one or more authoritative word than self-care. You have a duty to protect yourself. You have a duty to get the best outcome for yourself. And that might not just be monetary. You have a duty of care towards your children. I will put the link to my workbook, my free workbook, Turn Broke and Broken into Your Superpower. It gives you the tools to lay some of these foundations for your future. Your life was destroyed in every area, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. And this is why it's so important that you start to realise you have a duty of care, and so do other people towards you. And the aim of the workbook is by the end that you'll have a clearer idea of what you need or what you want from your divorce, as well as the knowledge, strength and ability to step into your power. I talk about stepping into the warrior goddess power. The warrior is confident and has an inner strength, is assertive and disciplined. They're active and they're brave. And you might feel some of them or none of them at the moment. You might be able to tap into one or two, but the hope is as you work through the book, you start to align and create a plan of action that works for you. Remember, the emotional abuser has already negotiated. This was all done in their head. And even if their legal team step in and try to explain to them that the offer might not be accepted or it will be rejected by the courts, they won't listen. As far as they are concerned, this meeting happened and you agreed to it. And once the emotional abuser has made that decision, it is now the truth. It doesn't matter that you have no idea and you weren't there at that meeting. You might find yourself asking, what happened? How did this happen? Where did these figures come from? Who agreed to this? They agreed to it with themselves, and they did the negotiation on your behalf. Keep reminding yourself about the duty of care your team and your ex's team have. And if you have to, keep reminding them. I also found that I was having to remind my ex's solicitor that he didn't represent me when he would step forward and talk on my behalf. What I found was that you were either advised what you'd be entitled to with regards to the split, monetary wise, percentage wise, marital home versus finances, or you would be asked what you'd be happy with. It was very analytical, and it was very, this is how we work. So I produced the workbook to help you delve a bit deeper into what you want and need. It might also help you identify what's really important to you and what isn't as important, your negotiable and non-negotiable areas. But the overall thing to remember is this is a negotiation, and a negotiation is two parties coming to a mutual agreement. Do not be manipulated into agreeing to something that you will not be happy with just to keep the peace or because it's an easier option. Make sure that you have, one, a clear strategy and you have everything you need, including your bargaining tools. Number two, do your research. If you're looking to appoint a solicitor or a legal team, interview them. Make a list of questions and listen to your gut. If they don't feel a right fit for you, then move on until you find someone that does. The third one would be to find a strong solicitor or lawyer that you can trust. The abuser will try to discredit them, and you might hear statements like, they only want your money, or we don't need to instruct anyone, we can sort this out ourselves. Or, where are you getting this information from? They want to control. Why would they start telling you the truth now? They controlled and manipulated you, and they very possibly put you in an impossible financial position, and they're now asking you to trust them. The fourth thing would be get everything in writing. Remember, they have negotiated this in their head. And the fifth thing is divorce them emotionally. So you have no feeling. You've healed all the wounds and the triggers. And I want to remind you that if at any point on this journey that you feel you are being taken advantage of, don't hesitate to remind their legal team of their obligations towards you. They cannot knowingly take advantage of you. They have a duty of care towards you, even though they're representing their client. They took an oath, or they work to a code of conduct that ensures they will not abuse their position by taking unfair advantage of their clients or others. And this includes misleading you, omitting facts, or being complicit in acts or omissions of others. And please don't think that you can't ask for this information right at the beginning of this process. The solicitor might question why you would need this information, but you can inform them that you're just doing due diligence and you want to familiarise yourself with the duty of care you can expect from them. But over and above, please remember you have a duty of care to yourself. I hope you found this useful and informative. If you'd like to find out more ways of working with me, I'll put the links to my website in the description box below. I'll also put the links to the workbook, Turn Broken into Your Superpower, and my self-care workbook as well. They're both free. And the links to both my books, Finding Lily and The A to Z of Emotional Abuse, which will help you on your healing journey. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'm sending you loads and loads and loads of love.